Hi friends, welcome back to Sheena's Homestead. Today is the perfect fall day. It is around 80 degrees out here and it's blustery and the leaves are starting to change colors. Some of them are already falling. It's just absolutely gorgeous. But I wanted to show you how my garden is currently doing and the things that we are still getting out of this garden. You guys, Swiss chard is just really underrated. I planted these guys in early spring and look how big this is, and the nutrition that comes from these is just incredible. The stalks are like celery. You can use them the same way. They give a nice crunch. And I have this patch over here too. It's a different kind of Swiss chard, but we've been using this as lettuce on our tacos. It's not a very strong flavor, but you can tell they're kind of thick in comparison to lettuce leaves. So, I mean, there is that, but for the sake of going out and having to, you know, buy lettuce in a crunch, pun intended, you know, you can just cut up some ribbons of this and toss them on your tacos. It's just really delicious. I do plan on freeze drying this when we get to that point in the season. When we get closer to maybe a frost coming along, I'll probably pull all of this and chop it up really fine and put it in the freeze dryer so that we can enjoy it in soups. And maybe even powder it up for smoothies and things like that. So it is a great crop to have and really goes through the winter. So I actually don't know how this one in particular is going to weather, but we will find out together. And then let me show you here, I have some broccoli growing. This is really fun and interesting. I do have a pest in here, it looks like. He's munching on some of this, so I will do an organic spray. It'll be a little mix of garlic, onion, and I'm gonna put that juice on these leaves. It should deter the pests, but we've got some broccoli growing. And then I have my little cabbage here. So my cabbage never do very well during the summertime for me. They always start to kick in right as fall comes, and they just end up being really beautiful and delicious. So we are excited about this one. And my herbs are still going strong, guys. I have basil, I have some dill, rosemary, and cilantro, and all of those are doing really well still. So I just keep harvesting. Second I see flowers on my basil, I just pinch them right off, and we're still going. So I just took leaves off not too long ago, and here we are with more to pull. So they're hanging in there. I mean, some of the leaves, we did have a ton of rain, so I'm sure that's what some of these yellow leaves are about. Same thing with this cilantro, but I have a patch, a huge patch of cilantro right over here. And oh my goodness, I didn't realize this was going to seed. This grew really fast. It got away from me. And then my rosemary, I can't stop it from flowering. It's happening, but that's okay. I still keep harvesting as much as I can off of this. And then here is some arugula. And if you've never planted arugula before, I highly suggest it. Arugula is very hardy and it survives everything. So I would highly suggest planting that and getting that in the next garden. You can plant it early in the spring and you can plant it in the fall as well. It is just a very hardy plant. So let me give you a look at this tomato trellis. I really could have done a better job of having the longer sprouts go all the way up and over the trellis, but we just got so inundated with the harvest of our season that I didn't keep up with that. But you know what? I kind of like how these have fallen over. They just look really beautiful and whimsical. I actually took a picture of Liliana sitting right here in these tomatoes. Just so cute. She looked like a little farmer girl. And for those of you who are new here, I just wanted to tell you I am a photographer. I am a fine art children's photographer. I compete worldwide in competitions and things like that. It's just fun. Of course, I take on clients as well. But I love to do things that have meaning, so taking a picture of her in my tomato trellis was super fun. I also took some pictures of her in our apple orchard, and those turned out super cute. I can't wait to share those with you as well. But yeah, so taking pictures and my garden are two of my most favorite things. And so, you know, putting that together with my children just makes it amazing and super fun. So here are the rest of our tomatoes here. This is, I believe it's called Sun Gold. They are orange. They taste amazing. I would highly recommend planting these if you've never done before. Your kids will love you. They taste like candy. They're just super sweet and prolific producers, I should say. So those are really good. Oh, and I have some more Romas to collect. I mean, these are at their very end, and I got so many from this grouping of plants. I could not be more thankful or happier with the outcome. So yeah, just absolutely lovely. And as you can see, we're still getting more tomatoes. On a side note, I have to show you this bumblebee. There are so many bumblebees on these flowers this year, and I've never seen them this big before. I mean, just for a size comparison, let me show you how big that flower is compared to my hand. That is a really big bumblebee. So I'm just so happy that I can share my garden with all the little creatures and all the little animals who come to visit and sometimes snack. But that's okay. There is enough for all of us. Here I have some tomatoes that I planted really late in the season, and they are still producing, so that's awesome. And then this space is a little overgrown. When we went out of town, it kind of just exploded. But I still have zucchini in here, and I mean, it is October, friends. October! And here is a cucumber. There's more growing on there. I don't know if we'll get any more before it gets cold, but you know, it was worth a shot trying. So for now, that's what I've got going. You can see here our orchard is behind me, and our orchard did so well this year. I'm so proud of our little garden, and we got just an awesome harvest. So all of our trees are done. They're taking a little break now. We shall do a video probably mid-winter, and I'll show you how I trim all of these up, because we got amazing harvests this year, and I do believe that the pruning has everything to do with that. I'll give you a little view of all of our feathered friends. These three here are our youngest ducklings who have joined the pack. They're doing quite well. Sometimes it can be hard for them to join a flock that is already established, but they're doing a good job. How cute is that little baby? We've named that one Freckles, and she's adorable. And then all of our chickens and some of our babies from this spring should be laying at any time now, so we look forward to that. Our chicken coop project got put on hold. Just so many things started happening this summer, and whew, they're upset that it got put on hold. So we are gonna do that, but we're gonna do it in the spring. Hey, we have some eggs. There we go. So yeah, we figured our basement is a little bit more in need right now. The kids are getting older and they want to have friends over and play. So I think we are going to use those funds for the basement right now. And hopefully in the springtime, we will get out here and fix up the coop just a little bit more. I mean, see, they love it. I mean, it really is a nice space for them, but you know, we have some hopes and dreams of how we want to improve that space. So we'll get to it. We will. So anyway, that's what I have cooking here on the farm. I know this was a short update, but it is just my little Wednesday updates. I will have a bigger episode for you on Sunday. But for now, that is all. Let me know what you're doing in your garden. My pumpkins totally failed. I planted so many of them and I don't know why. They just did not take off this year. So I'm a little bit sad about that. But let me know how your things are going. What have you planted lately? What things you were amazed by in your garden. I know every year is different. So some years you just have a great harvest in some things and not in others. So it's the great gardening mystery. But yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know how your stuff went. And I hope you guys have a great week. I am so thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you for your likes, comments, and subscriptions. And I will see you next time on Sheena's Homestead. Bye, friends. Oh, and one last thing before I go, I wanted to show you. I decided to do a little planter right here on the deck just to see if I could get some lettuce to grow in a different place. And I'll show you how it did. So this was planted really late in the season, and we have harvested a lot of lettuce out of here, so I am pretty happy with it. This was a little plant I got from Trader Joe's. It could have done better, but that's okay. But yeah, I would consider this a win. I'll definitely do it again next year and see if I can improve on our little experiment. Okay, so for real, that was it. Goodbye, friends.